When an empath stops pleasing everyone and starts seeing the truth, they don't become selfish, they become dangerous. Not to others, but to every system that profits from their endless giving. Jung called this transformation individuation. It's the most powerful shift an empath can make in a world built on their self-sacrifice. Imagine the moment everything changes. After another exhausting day of carrying other people's emotions, instead of pushing through, you pause. You ask, what if I stopped? Jung called this the beginning of consciousness, and once the empath asks it, there's no way back to ignorance. Here's the truth Jung uncovered. The empath's gift of feeling everything is not a gift at all. It's survival sensitivity, a trauma response disguised as compassion. Their identity is often built on the lie that they are responsible for everyone else's feelings. Jung called the moment this collapses a collision with the unconscious. It's shocking, but also the beginning of freedom. For empaths, the shadow often hides something unexpected: rage. Rage at being used, manipulated, and taken for granted. Jung wrote, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." For the empath, that darkness is suppressed anger, denied needs, silenced voices. Meeting it changes everything. They don't become cruel, they become consciously selective. They see manipulation where they once excused it. They recognize emotional vampires. They finally tell reality from illusion. Jung described 8 signs of this conscious awakening, the birth of psychological sovereignty. Sign 1, the energy shift. Your life force stops flowing outward to everyone else and begins pooling back to you. You feel less drained, less responsible for others' moods, and no longer guilty for having boundaries. Jung wrote, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens." Sign 2, the mask falls away. The old persona of being endlessly nice becomes impossible to maintain. You start saying what you think, expressing your own needs, and accepting yourself rather than just seeking acceptance from others. Sign 3, the projection returns. Empaths often project their depth and compassion onto others who don't actually possess them. Awakening ends this. You stop making excuses, stop romanticizing, and see people as they are. Sign 4, boundaries become sacred. You listen to your inner signals instead of external demands. You say no without guilt. You realize that anger at your boundaries reveals who was benefiting from your lack of them. This is not selfishness, it is integrity. Sign 5, guilt disappears. The crushing guilt for having needs begins to evaporate. You see that guilt was often just a manipulation tactic. When people say, "You've changed," you answer, "Yes, that's the point." Sign 6, authenticity over approval. You stop performing emotions to please others. You choose honesty over harmony, authenticity over being liked. Some people are drawn to this, others are threatened, but you've found your backbone. Sign 7, the healer heals themselves. Many empaths are wounded healers, helping others to avoid their own pain. Awakening flips this inward. You finally ask, what do I need? You nurture your own inner child, realizing you can't pour from an empty cup. And sign 8, conscious connection. True individuation means you can connect without losing yourself. You feel for others without absorbing their emotions. You attract relationships based on respect, not exploitation. Jung called this conscious relationship. But this awakening isn't easy. Jung called it the night sea journey, a descent into your own underworld. It feels like death, because it is, the death of the false self built on pleasing others. You may lose friends who only valued your usefulness, and you may feel lonely. But that loneliness is the beginning of solitude, finally meeting yourself. Jung also saw how mind and body are inseparable. Years of absorbing others' pain creates energetic toxicity. Fatigue, anxiety, chronic stress. When empaths stop people-pleasing, the body heals. The nervous system calms, sleep improves, even pain fades. Relationships transform too. Some deepen, others fall away. Authentic love adapts to your growth. Exploitation resists it. Many relationships were built on an unconscious contract. You provide endless support, they provide conditional acceptance. When you break that contract, some leave. Let them. And here's the paradox. When empaths stop absorbing everything, they don't lose sensitivity. They gain conscious sensitivity. They can read situations clearly without drowning in them. They can love deeply without abandoning themselves. Jung called this differentiated consciousness. This journey creates ripple effects. By setting boundaries, you give others permission to do the same. By refusing to carry everyone's pain, you show that people can carry their own. Transformation is contagious. Jung identified guiding principles for conscious empaths, what we might call the code. 1. Feel everything, absorb nothing. 2. Give from overflow, never depletion. 3. Love without losing yourself. 4. Help from inspiration, not guilt. 5. Trust inner knowing over outer pressure. Society may label this selfish, but Jung made a crucial distinction. There is healthy selfishness. It's self-respect, not self-abandonment. It's boundaries, not walls. It's self-care, not neglect. Ultimately, individuation means inner marriage, integrating sensitivity with strength, compassion with assertiveness. The empath learns they can be both soft and strong, caring and boundaried, open and sovereign. Yes, this path includes loneliness, cycles of doubt, and loss, but it also brings vision, creativity, authentic love, and resilience. Jung called it becoming whole. The privilege of a lifetime, he wrote, is to become who you truly are. So remember, your sensitivity is not weakness. Your boundaries are not cruelty. Your authenticity is not too much. They are exactly what make you sovereign. When an empath stops pleasing everyone and starts seeing the truth, they don't become selfish, they finally include themselves in it. They don't stop caring, they begin caring for themselves too. And in doing so, they don't just transform their own life, they change the world around them.